hard names to pronounce.
You said it very perfectly, actually.
Devin is here to talk about this beautiful plant. Just so you know, this is brand new today, so you're seeing it for the very first time. This is the only order of the season, so now's the time to go ahead and pick this up. And we have 3 easy pays, but that easy pay offer will expire at the end of the day. So let's talk about this. First of all, it's a mix, so that means you get a party color.
You get a mix in every pot. Yes,
right?
Every pot has this kind of purplish color, the white color, the deep blue, and the true blue. And the 2 blues are really what make this collection so special.
Yeah.
As our friend Philip Watson says, you can, with delphiniums, you can have the blues and still be happy too, because these flowers are so gorgeous in the garden. And Jane.
That's okay.
Jane, did you know, everyone calls me Derek.
That's
so.
okay, it's fine. They get us mixed up all the time.
Jane, did you know that blue is the most rare color in the garden?
I only know that because you guys have educated us on that, and that's why this makes such an impressive piece to have. A perennial, primarily to be planted in beds, but can you use this in a container?
You can absolutely. I grow these in a container on my balcony out in Seattle, and I love them because these Delphinia Delphiniums, what makes them so special, and the Roberta's difference here, is that these are dwarf delphiniums. A delphinium is a very traditional classic flower that you'll find in English cottage gardens, but they will typically grow 6 feet tall or taller. And people still do it, and they even stake them, and they go through all of that labor because they love that blue color in the garden. But for you guys at home, I know you want to be able to have those blue colors with all that extra work.
Right.
And that's why we love this collection.
Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Imagine having those rich blue colorful flowers in your garden.
Wow. And the spikes on these are still just as substantial as the full size, but the stalks aren't as high, so that if you get a wind like we had this week, for example, and we have wind storms like that all the time, you don't have to worry about it breaking the stalk and then you losing your flowers. So this, keeping it closer to the ground, but also giving it that richness of beautiful colors and an assortment: dark blue, rose white, light blue, and also all white included in this
in
one
every
offer.
single pot. Yeah.
Right.
So what you're seeing is a representation of one collection. We've planted 2 plants in each of these pots, so that you can have this beautiful look with all of these colorful plants in your garden beds, in your containers, along your borders, in areas of the garden where delphiniums could never grow before. Now you can have them.
You're going to get 4 actively growing plants when they come. You put these 2 in a pot like that. And Devin, how long can we wait? How long do we anticipate waiting before we get that bloom?
You'll start to get flowers the very first season. That's what we love about them. And that's why we start growing these for you the last year, so that you can get flowers the first year. And I love your point about the windy conditions. Living on a 5th floor, I have tons of wind where my balcony is. And if I had those huge tall delphiniums, they would get destroyed in a heartbeat. But because these stay more compact, only about 18 to 24 inches tall and wide, you can have that gorgeous, elegant, stately look of the delphinium with those rich, regal blue flowers in your garden, no matter where you live.
I love it. Well, this is the only order of the year. Already 200 spoken for in our show here. $26.40, and that is for 4 live 3.5-inch pots. 1 dark blue, 1 rose white, 1 light blue, and then 1 white. So when you put them together, they create that wonderful harmony of color.
They create that instant garden look, and you can see, look at that rich color. Blue is the most rare color in the garden. For some reason, Mother Nature, she decided we're not going to have that many blue flowers.
Sky for blue and not flowers blue, right?
So if you want that gorgeous blue color in your garden, you need to grow these plants. And many gardeners will choose to get a couple of these collections, create a bedding of delphinium. Look at how luxurious that looks in the garden. Having these clumped together, planting maybe 8 or 10 of these plants in a beautiful little tuft, and they will look fantastic, or in a mixed container with some fountain grasses growing out of them. It's a really beautiful look.
Very exotic. Again, these are hard to find varietals that are, of course, done with the Roberta's difference, so they're easier to grow. They've done a lot of the guesswork for us. So we've got a perennial now that is going to come back year after year like this. 300 spoken for. This is brand new. You can get as many sets as you want. The only limitation is that this is it for this growing season. So once we sold out what we have there. That'll be it.
Well, and this collection is brand new this year. We worked with some of our favorite, our good friends over in Switzerland to create this collection and bring it to you guys here. I can tell you, you will not find this in any garden centers or retail centers across the country. Even, you know, that is what we do. We get the very best plants that are brand new, introducing them into the horticultural world and bring them right to your doorstep. And with this Delphinium that stays more compact, it's shorter, it is winter hardy down to -30 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's going to produce flowers for up to 6 weeks every single season. And then what I love about them is they will actually release seeds into the earth after they're done flowering, and that's going to allow you to have even more flowers the following season.
So do you need to deadhead them? What do you do to winterize them?
Yeah, you know, so I have got some flowers that are starting to be spent right now, actually. These flowers, they just kind of ended yesterday. And so what I'll do is I'll just simply cut them off, or I will leave them, and if we can get in close onto this little flower spike right here, in front of my hand are all of these beautiful little seed pods. Inside each one of these are more seeds, and these will open up naturally, and they'll just kind of flow with the wind, and they will sow and create their own new growth.
That is
and
awesome.
Come back even fuller and richer every season.
And where did you recommend, outside of doing the planters, where would you put these in your garden?
You know, you can mix them right with your daylilies or your dianthus that we'll see later. These love the full hot sun that they can handle all the way down to a half day of sun. They like relatively moist conditions. Plant them along borders or walkways. I love seeing them grown as kind of a specimen showcase piece where you will see them every single day because their gorgeous vertical flowers are elegant and statuesque.
And they're just unique looking.
They're
with
so
those
gorgeous,
tall spikes. So this is M61823. They are brand new today. This is the only order of the year for the 4-piece Delphinia Delphinium mix. 3 easy pays, goes away at the end of the day. So if you want to pick up more than one, take advantage of that. All right, we'll see you in a second, Devin.
Thank you, Jane.
So also coming up, we have the 5-piece